Hey, this is David again, and I've got my generator here. We made an electric start, but now what we're going to do to make it even easier to run and better for disasters is we're going to make it run on propane. What we did is we went to propanecarbs.com and ordered their setup, told them our model number. They gave us a price, we mailed it off. Very reasonable. There's a lot of companies that you can get conversion kits from, but this one has what I think is the easiest website to maneuver and great customer service. I ordered the thing on Tuesday, and here it is Friday morning, and it was sitting outside, you know, from the UPS. So let's show you what's in the kit, and then we'll show you how we put this thing together. Alright, so here's our box, what it came in, our propane conversion kit. It's got a big set of instructions, a lot of good illustrations, good stuff on how to actually do it, but then how to adjust it, because it's only going to take 40 minutes or so to put this together. Most of the work comes in adjusting. Got the invoice, and most kits, it's going to depend on your generator, but 250 is probably a decent start or a decent place to plan for when you're looking at a conversion kit like what I got, which will let me keep my gasoline. You can get cheaper kits, but I wanted to keep gasoline just in case, so about $250. And let me go ahead and get a disclaimer. I did get a break in the shipping for doing this. You know, I told the guy that I was going to buy it no matter what, but if he could help me out since I was going to make a video on it, and he did. So I just wanted to say that. But in no way was I paid for any kind of good review. Package pretty good. Got a bunch of stuff in it. I've got, you know, and I hadn't really dug in this, and I ain't real sure what all these parts are yet. But here's the guts. This is the adjustable regulator. Okay. Adapters, hoses. So everything I need. I got some hoses. I got my beam regulator. Oh, this screws in the propane tank, okay? And this goes in between the carburetor and I believe the air filter. So, alright, so let's get into this and see what we got to do. Alright, all of these work basically the same way, right? You've got the carburetor that takes fuel and atomizes it, you know, turns into vapor, mixes it with air, and shoots it into the engine to ignite. So you got to have some sort of gas. If we put an adapter in here to take the propane doesn't need a carburetor because it's already gas. It's just got to mix with the air. So all of the conversion kits are going to have propane coming in here one way or the other. And a lot of times they'll just drill a hole and make a permanent mount where you can only use propane. This kit allows me to keep using gas if I want. So to start, I'm going to take the air cleaner off. This is the adapter venturi that allows, this is the heart really of this portion of the conversion. It's what mixes the propane with the air. Okay, so you have a small hole and then you've got a big hole, and the direction that you put this on is important because this part, the big part, needs to be toward the carburetor. There's a elbow that screws on, right, that your propane's going to come in. So the propane's going to come in here, the air's coming through here, and it's going to swirl together and mix in the venturi. So we've screwed that on. We take the air cleaner, got longer screws, that's going to go through here, just like that. And then we get the gasket. Put the gasket on. And then that is going to screw right back on the carburetor. This is your high pressure regulator. It goes up to your propane tank, and a 20-pound propane bottle is high pressure because the tank makes its own pressure. The fuel wants to expand, keeps it at high pressure. So you've got this piece, right? This is what screws in to your propane tank, and we'll stick it in here. Okay, because there's an arrow for in the direction of flow, and I'll tighten that up off camera. Y'all need to see that. And then you've got this fitting, and it screws in to the other side where the vent is. Then one of your hoses has fittings that will screw into here once everything's tightened up, and the other end will go into your regulator, right? Your variable pressure regulator. This bolts on because this is where the fuel's coming in from. Okay, we'll pull this out. And that will screw in here. So the line that's coming in from the regulator will screw in here. At the top, this piece goes in, and it's got a barb fitting for the hose that has no ends. Okay? And then there's some clamps. But it has the adjustable fuel regulator and a lock nut. Okay? So that screws in up here. Okay? And that should face your carburetor. Alright, here it is from top to bottom. Regulator. This is the high pressure regulator. It goes into the propane tank here, regulates out, follows this line. The line comes down, comes into this variable pressure regulator that will pull what it needs. Here's the adjustment. Okay. The back side's got the priming pump that you press to get it started. I ended up just tapping it. I didn't use the bracket, but it goes right here on the mount. That way the push to start button's up here, so everything's facing out. My propane line comes out the front, the power line comes out the front, everything's attachable from the front, so when I mount this on my truck, this can go back to the rear. Okay, so it comes out to this, goes down the line into the venturi, so airflow comes in, and poof, there it goes out. Right? So let's take this thing out and try it.